looks like an octopus. So yeah, next step. Hello again and welcome back to another video. It is finally October and that means I get to unabashedly make and wear costumes without being judged by people who are walking by me on the street. I have free reign and I am going to use it. So I'm going to be making 2 costume videos for the month of October. This is going to be the first one in which I'm going to be making a princessy, renaissance-y, fantasy, medieval kind of dress. That was a lot of adjectives. I'm going to be using this purple brocade, which I got in the garment district, and I've used this exact fabric in a different color before when I made a Renaissance gown a few years ago. It'll appear somewhere on the screen. That one I used in red, and I knew that they had purple, and I've been lusting and trying to find an excuse to buy and use this fabric for years, and the time is now, and I'm so excited to be able to use this purple fabric. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below if you'd like to see more from me. Especially subscribe if you would like to catch the next Halloween episode, which I haven't fully decided on the concept yet, but I do have the supplies and I just need to decide what the vibe is gonna be. It's gonna be spooky. This one's just like fun Halloween. The other one's gonna be spooky Halloween. So if you want spooky, subscribe. Leave a comment down below telling me what you are going to be for Halloween. Without further ado, let's get started. Before we get started, I just wanted to show you my sketch. So I don't have a dark enough highlighter to draw the color correctly, but so this is kind of the shape of the bodice I'm going for. This would be like a yellow dress underneath, maybe a corset, and then the dress would peek through the front. And then I'm hoping I have some black ribbon coming in the mail. I hope it'll get here on time, but I'm not positive. And then here are the pinned sleeves. We'll see how this goes. It's gonna have like a clasp in the front if I can find the one that I want to use. And yeah, that's kind of the general silhouette that we're gonna go for with the really deep V. Okay, so this is an interesting angle. Yes, I am wearing Christmas Stormtrooper pajama pants, and you're not gonna comment on it. So here's the fabric all laid out. I don't know how well it's showing up, again, because this is a very strange angle, but the pattern does go this way. It's not up and down. So I'm gonna have to cut out my skirt with this being a side seam. The selvage is gonna end up as a side seam, and then the waist and the hem are going to be along here. This side's gonna be the hem, because this way is facing upwards. At least I like it facing that way. Not positive on whether or not I'm going to use this side, the brownish tone going on the background and the more pure purple on the motif, or if I want to use the other side, which has the shinier, more brown stuff on the pattern, the motif, and the purple in the background. I'm thinking purple in the background. Yeah, I'm gonna go purple in the background. First step, I'm gonna even this edge out, because A, it's fraying, and B, I'm not sure how straight it was cut. I'm gonna do 2 skirt panels with a seam down the center back and the opening down the center front. And the reason I'm doing that is because this fabric is pretty thick, so I think I'm gonna end up with a pretty full and voluminous skirt, regardless of the amount of fabric that I use. I think that just 2 widths of it will be enough. I'm gonna do the skirt, and then I think next step is going to be the sleeves, so those little strips. Hello, Eurydice, come here, come be in the video. Okay, the strips I'm gonna do second, and by that I mean just the like little panes in the sleeve. Those are gonna be really annoying to sew, so I just kind of want to get that over with, and I'll do the bodice last, because I think I'm gonna have plenty of fabric just based on like what I want to do with the sleeves. That's not going to take a lot of fabric. Since I'm not doing as full of a skirt as I had originally purchased fabric for, I am very unconcerned about the amount that I will have left over for the bodice. So, okay, I'm gonna make this a better angle so that I can talk and see what's actually being filmed, and then let's get started. just to quickly discuss what I've been doing, I'm cutting strips this direction so the pattern goes up. So I'm cutting them across the pattern. And this strip is going to be the waistband. Then I'm going to do another one for the like bands around the arm. And then the strips that are for the kind of vertical sections of the arm are going to have the strips cut upwards through the pattern. So even though that these two are going to be facing different directions, the pattern is always going to be right way up. When I was picking this up, I noticed it was about 1 inch away from being a pretty perfect pattern match, so I decided to just sacrifice 1 inch of length, which is fine because I already cut the skirt super long to accommodate for a wider hem. I can just make the hem a little skinnier, and see, look, the pattern. I can't wait to take this to the ironing board and see how close it got. I don't think it's going to be perfect because I don't pattern match things very often, but I think that's going to be a fun little detail that the skirt is going to have a pretty continuous pattern. Alright, the reveal. Okay, it still needs to be pressed again, but I think that's pretty damn good. We do have these little dots visible from this edge of the selvage and how the fabric was woven, but I don't mind it because the pattern matching looks so nice. Oh, I'm so happy this worked out this way. Alright, so I have my arm strappy bits all sewn and ironed. I'm not sure if I like how puffy they still look. This is after 2 rounds of ironing. I might try to press them one more time. There's cat hair on it. Or I might try to top stitch it. I haven't fully decided if I want that kind of look yet, but they, as you can see, they are pretty floppy still. So I went into my stash and I found this horsehair braid, and it is pretty much exactly, can I do this with one hand? The width that I need to go into these. So I think what I'm gonna do is I have just enough to make 5 little straps on each arm, which is less than I was originally wanting, but if it's gonna make it more puffy and look better in the long run, then 5 it is, you know? So we're gonna insert these into each of these straps, and then see if we want to top stitch it. So I'm not sure. Not sure how I feel about top stitching on more historical projects, but it might be worth it. Again, same thing with the 5 instead of 6, at least. It might be worth it for the overall appearance. We'll see. That stuff of the horsehair has been inserted into these, and as you can see, they're a lot sturdier. Here's a length that was extra because I just made kind of a lot. You can see just how much more structure with the horsehair versus without. I do think I'm gonna still top stitch them because I've pressed them again and again and again, and they're still not laying as neatly as I want to. So I think pretty close to the edge, and that should fix that problem. Have pinned the cuff up so that it hides the raw edge. I'm not going to include the footage of me doing this because you can't really see anything. It's just my hands in the way. I basically just folded it in half and tucked that top edge under so that the raw edges were hidden on the inside. I think I'm going to top stitch both around the bottom and the top of this just because I think it would look better to be consistent with the bands, but right now it looks like an octopus. So yeah, next step. Here's how it's looking. It's pretty tight and it's not gonna meet exactly in the middle, which is fine because I'm going to be making it a V-neck anyway, so not a huge deal. But I have it tried on. I think I'm gonna need to loosen the arm size a little bit. They're a little tight, and I think that's contributing to how tight the fit around my upper torso is. It's also very long, which I did on purpose, so I could cut it exactly to the length that I needed. So next step is I'm going to mark this up with a pen and then we can try it on a second time. So here's just the quick sketch and the pinned. I think this is kind of what I'm looking for. This side, not this side, this side. I'm just gonna copy the markings from this one onto. Definitely opening up the arm size helped a ton. I think I need to cut it before I can figure out how the dart works. So I've also marked where I need to cut for the waistline. And then we can transfer that to the back. The back, I think I'm just gonna eyeball the V because that one doesn't matter in the same way that the front does. So next step, cutting again. How it's looking all sewn up. I think it's looking great. I'm very happy with it. I do think I'm going to have to add darts on the sides of my chest instead of under, which is what I was originally planning. But I think other than that, this is kind of best case scenario. It still needs to be trimmed shorter. I'm just leaving it longer than is necessary until that last step. But yeah, let's do those darts and then we can finish these front and back edges. Thank you so much for watching. I really like how this turned out, and I hope you like it too. And I feel like a pretty princess, which is A+ in my mind. If you want more Halloween content from me, you can watch this video from last year, or you can wait until a few weeks when my second Halloween video comes out. But if not, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye!